Charles Ivy. It's I-V-E-Y.
Ms. Officer, what do you do for a living, Ms. Ivy?
I'm a police officer. I work for the Athens Clarke County Police Department.
How long have you been doing that, sir?
About 20 years.
Are you a certified law enforcement officer for the state of New York?
Yes, I am.
How long have you been certified, sir?
20 years.
Were you involved in the Mr. Kenneth Omari Wray case, December 28th murder case of Mr. Omari Wray?
Yes, I was.
Was you involved in the March 22nd through March 25th case of defendant Jamie Stewart?
Yes, I was.
Could you tell us how your investigation efforts in the Kenneth Omari Wray case, sir?
In reference to Mr. Wray, I was notified that there had been a shooting. I responded to the Athens Regional Medical Center and began speaking with some of the folks there.
Tell us about the entire, can you tell us what you did while you were there, who you talked to?
Yes, while I was at the hospital,
Yes, sir.
I spoke with Ashley Wise, I spoke with Jadon Brooks, and Andrew Cannon. After speaking with the folks at the hospital, I responded to the incident location where I assisted officers with a search of the residence. After that, I participated in looking at a cell phone. After that, I spoke with co-workers of Omari Wray. Those were Mike Thrasher and Steve McDaniel.
Okay. When you excuse me, sir, could you said it was Andrew Cannon you spoke to?
Yes.
Okay. Ashley Wise?
Yes, I did.
Jessica Pope?
Yes, I did.
Jadon Brooks?
Yes.
Kiara Brown?
Yes, I did. For Kiara Brown, I was present during an interview that Rebecca Shaw conducted.
Kiara Goolsby, called talk to her?
Yes, I did.
Tanya Nation?
For Miss Nation, I believe that was also one where I spoke with her over the phone and arranged an interview that Detective Clark and Agent Shaw conducted.
Mike Thrasher? You called talking to Mr. Mike Thrasher?
Yes, I did.
Was that a phone conversation, sir?
There was a phone conversation to arrange an interview, followed by an interview that I met with him in person.
Omar McDougal?
Yes, that was one myself and Agent Shaw conducted later.
Sherman Usher? Did you call talking to Mr. Sherman Usher?
Yes, I did.
Do you recall talking to Mr. Steve McDaniel?
Yes, I did.
Veronica Harper, Miss Veronica Harper?
Yes.
Was Agent Shaw present with you on that interview, sir?
For Miss Harper, I spoke with her over the phone after returning a call from her.
Did you also do an interview with Ms. Harper?
No, I believe that was only a phone conversation that I had with her.
So you didn't do no recorded interview, audio recording or something, or interview to that night too with Ms. Veronica Harper, with Agent Rebecca Shaw?
The phone conversation was recorded.
Oh, that was boy. What was your purpose of talking to these people, Mr. Ivy?
The purpose of speaking with him was to investigate the death of Omari Wray.
Did you upload or did you digitally record the interviews at the hospital when you talk to people? Did you have a record on you that you recorded as you went and you downloaded the recording to the CD or CD?
Yes, I did.
Okay, could you tell us about that process, please, sir?
Sure. The interviews that I conducted at the hospital were recorded on digital audio. That was transferred from the digital audio recorder to the Athens Clarke County network and then later saved to a compact disc or CD.
When the last time have you had a chance, well, do you know what all you put on the CD? What was all on that CD, sir?
Yes, all of the interviews, all of the audio recordings that I made on the case.
Okay. Do you know what pretty much the interview was about that you put on the CD, sir?
Yes, sir.
Could you just give us specifically pertaining to the Omari Wray case what it was about?
You're wanting to know all of the information of all of the interviews?
Just a synopsis of all.
Okay. Sure. As a synopsis, in speaking with Ashley Wise, this was someone.
I would object to going into that, to basically going into the synopsis, what any particular person may or may not have said, that kind of, obviously that would be hearsay. They would be the ones who would have to testify to it. It would not be just all, go into what somebody said.
I do understand that, Judge. What I would do is try to lay a foundation to enter the CD into evidence. I was trying to lay a foundation to authenticate the CD.
I sustain the objection.
Okay. So all the people you talked to that we just recently talked about, it was all interview put on CD that you recorded.
Yes, sir. Each of those were recorded.
Did you have you had opportunity to listen at them recordings pertaining to the interviews that you put on the CD, sir?
Yes, I did.
When was the last time you listened to them recordings, sir?
I believe in preparing it within the last week.
Okay, the last week. Your Honor, I would like to move to introduce CD and defend it, please.
It needs to be marked. And need to show Mr. Omari.
Good. I guess I would object first on the foundation, but I guess probably more importantly, CD of all the interviews he conducted, indicating statements made by individuals who are not in court, obviously would be hearsay. It would not be admissible at all, for him to basically be able to put that in and also just play what they say. They're not on the stand, so to cross-examination, the jury to make that determination.
Your Honor, it's going to his investigative, and I couldn't be here saying you hear him on the tape what he's talking about. They're going to the investigation. If he hid, I mean, I'm not making this up, when you can actually hear what was going on, what they were talking about. And the basically into the investigation, and also go to the truth of the matter. I think the jury need to hear everything so they can judge the case as a whole, instead of just hearing little bits and pieces of things and judge the case off insufficient facts.
Well, I will sustain the objection on foundation.
Mr. Brooks told me that he,
I would object. John Brooks was on the stand, obviously subject to examination, on a cross-examination, this direct examination by the defendant. And there's no basis really to go, we already watched one interview with him related to March 22nd. All that would be hearsay for him to just start talking about what Mr. Brooks said, to go into it. And there's no basis to bring out any prior statements of Mr. Brooks. At this point, it's been shown that there'd be a basis to do that under the rules. Just to talk about what he had to say.
Well, Your Honor, again, they going to the truth. Mr. Brooks already testified. They're just like the alleged hostage. One come in, he brought 5 or 6 more in. I'm doing the same exact thing, but I'm doing it with an agent. And Mr. Lanier testified, and he brought 2 agents in and testified to the things that he talked about, what I initially told him. I'm doing the same exact thing he was doing, so what is the problem? And he could be confirming some things Mr. Brooks has said, or he could be impeaching some of the things he said.
I'm going to sustain the objection.
Your Honor, I'd like to state for the record that I feel like I'm not getting a fast ride here because I'm entitled to a thorough sifting, just a direct, and I can't, this is the essential part of my case, and you're taking it from me.
The objection's noted, ask no question.
And I also like that to be a continuing objection for the record, sir.
All right.
Have you talked to Mr. Malden about this case?
yes, I have.
Did Mr. Malden tell you not to say certain things about what you're doing, Brooks said?
There's no basis for him to make that allegation, and it's a legal question.
All right, what was the question?
Which one, talking about the
The
last
one he was just objecting to.
I'll
I was
ask him.
doing something
Yeah,
else.
I'll ask him that the last time he talked to Mr. Malden, did Mr. Malden tell him not to say certain things? And the reason why I asked him, because he keeps jumping up, objecting, don't let him hear certain things. And every time I turn around, I bring something out up, they can't recall.
I will allow the question.
Did Mr. Malden tell you not to say certain things?
No, sir, he did not.
Okay, is it a common practice for a law enforcement agent that can't recall certain things about an investigation that they done themselves?
I'm not sure I understand the question.
Okay. Is it common practice for anybody in law enforcement that testify in court, and when they get there, they can't recall certain things that they done about their own investigation or what written in the report? Is that common practice?
When you say recall, do you mean remember?
Yes, sir.
It is not uncommon for someone to not be able to remember every single detail of a case.
But just can't recall overhaul. Every time you ask, if anybody asks somebody in law enforcement in a question, they can't recall.
That's an argumented question, and of course, it's a legal question.
Sustain.
How many times have you talked to this prosecutor about can't recall certain things?
I'm not sure, I'm not sure I understand your question.
Okay, I'll rephrase it. Do this prosecutor here, Mr. Ken Malden, tell all agents or whatever, when you get on the stand, you can't recall certain matters?
Does Mr. Malden tell me that I can't remember certain matters? No, sir.
How about any other agent? If this is common practice, how you do a trial, jump up and object and can't recall certain things?
There's no basis for him to say that. The rules of evidence that has to be adhered to, their objections about that. I would object to that being leading, argumentative, and improper.
Sustain.
But for the record, I do have a basis, he done done it, the whole 3 weeks we've been there. That's a basis, they see it every day, she's still doing
The
it.
objection is sustained.
Mr. Malden, Mr. Ivey. Did your Don Brooks tell you anybody was threatening Mr. Ray before he was killed? Or anything like that? Did you talk to him about any threats?
Yes, he did.
Could you tell us about the threats?
He told me that he had heard there had been some threats on Facebook towards Mr. Ray.
Okay, did he say that was Jamie Hood was threatening Mr. Ray on the Facebook?
No, sir, he did not mention your name.
Okay. Who, did you force him to say that?
Did I force him to say that it was not you? No, sir, I didn't force him to say anything.
How about in the phone call, did Mr. Brooks tell you that during an interview, prior to December 20, 2010, did you ever interview Mr. Brooks?
No, sir, I don't remember ever talking with him before that.
So the first
Yes, sir.
Do you recall during that interview that Mr. Brooks stated something about somehow telling Omari, hey, we see you at the Black Road and we gonna kill you or something?
That's hearsay, and that wouldn't be a problem.
If Mr. Ray told you don't do it personally,
I'll allow it.
do you recall Mr. Brooks telling you that Mr. Ray told him somehow to threaten him on his Facebook about seeing him at the Black Road having a good time and at a party and they're gonna get it? Do you recall that?
I do recall he did not say that.
He did not say that.
He did not say that you threatened him on Facebook about comments about the Black Road.
But what do you remember about the Black Road threats?
What he told me was that someone had made comments on Facebook about seeing them on the Black Road.
Okay. Did you investigate that, sir?
I did not personally know.
Did anybody investigate the threats that were made toward Mr. Omari Wray?
My understanding is that other investigators did attempt to check into that and weren't able to find anything.
Do you know who the investigator was, sir?
I don't know exactly, no.
Well, how do you know they checked into it and didn't find that if you don't know who it was?
That information was passed on to me from other people, but again, I don't know exactly which investigator handled that aspect of it.
Okay. Would you think, did you write notes about that when did you do any notes?
No, not to that aspect.
Why not?
Again, that was an aspect not handled by myself. Normally, you write up what you personally do as the investigator.
Okay. But were you investigating a murder case on Mr. Omari Wray?
I was one of the investigators on that case, but I was not the lead investigator on that particular case.
But is it common practice to thoroughly investigate any murder case that you be an investigator on?
Yes, it is.
Well, why didn't you do it in Mr. Ray's case?
Now, that's argumentative, and I would object to that.
I'll sustain it.
Why didn't you do a thorough investigation? Did anything prevent you from doing a thorough investigation?
As I've already stated, I was one of the investigators on that particular case. I was not the lead investigator on that case.
As personally, as far as you specifically, as your role as an investigator, did anything prevent you personally from investigating threats on Mr. Ray's Facebook?
That aspect was handled by other investigators. That was assigned out to other investigators, and that was not a responsibility that was given to me.
Could you have done it if you wanted to?
No, that's speculation. I think he's already answered that question several times.
Sustain.
How many people that you interviewed told you that Mr. Ray is threats before he was killed?
From my recollection, it was Jadon Brooks that was passing on that information.
He's the only one.
To my recollection, yes.
So Mr. Veronica Harper didn't tell you he was getting no threats?
Counter, getting into what somebody may or may not have said.
I'll allow it.
No, I don't remember Veronica Harper telling me that Mr. Ray was receiving threats.
Well, do you recall on Wednesday, December 29, 2010, at approximately 4:25 p.m., Special Agent Rebecca Shaw and Detective Ivy were located at a residence of Veronica Harper, 288 Bailey Street, Athens, Georgia, for the purpose of conducting death investigation of Ken Omari Wray. And Harper is stated essentially the following. Do you recall that?
No, and to clear what I said earlier, I do remember being present for the interview that Agent Shaw conducted with Ms. Harper, and that was an interview that she conducted, the summary that she completed.
What? Why did you tell the jury moments ago you only did a phone conversation interview with Ms. Veronica Harper?
I forgot about being present for the interview that Detective Shaw conducted.
Do you often forget during trials what you've done?
I'm sorry?
Do you often forget what you've done during the investigation?
No, not often,
Well, why you do it in this case?
because I'm human.
Human error. Anything else you got you didn't tell the jury
No,
about?
that's a question.
Sustain.
You know, I feel like irrelevant. If he forgot this, what else he forgot? He can tell us about it.
Could you ask another question, please?
As I stated earlier, this was an interview that I was present for. That was an interview that was conducted by Agent Shaw, and the summary was written up by Agent Shaw.
But you were present though, right, sir?
Yes.
Do you recall Ms. Harper telling you, that someone had been threatening Mr.
Your Honor, I would, he's already indicated that what he called and what he didn't call, that he didn't call that interview, and he's trying to get in to what may or may not have been said, and it would all be hearsay.
He go to investigate, he stated that he wasn't there?
I'll allow the question.
Do you recall that during that interview with Ms. Veronica Harper, that she telling you and Ms. Shaw that someone threatened Mr. Wray on Facebook?
I don't recall the particulars of that interview.
Do you have that report with you?
I'm sorry?
Do you have that report with you?
I have my report with me.
Okay. Why would Ms. Shaw put this in her report and you present with her and you can't recall it?
As I've stated earlier, she conducted the interview. It was her responsibility to record that, to conduct the interview, and then to write up the summary.
Okay, but you were present, right?
Yes, I was.
Okay. Is it your duty as a law enforcement officer, you present, you hear something, recall and write it down in case you might need to be called to trial and testify for the truth or not?
Again, as I stated earlier, the interview was conducted by Agent Shaw. Our practice has been that one investigator writes up the interview, one investigator is responsible for the details of that interview.
Okay. Was you present when Ms. Harper said that Mr. Wray told her that approximately 2 weeks ago, someone had been calling his phone
Your Honor,
at 10 or 11 at night threatening?
I would object to that. He's already covered that, and he went through that. He's basically trying to get hearsay. And that would be a matter of.
Overrule the objection, allow the question.
Do you recall during that interview with Ms. Harper that she told you and Rebecca Shaw that Mr. Wray stated that someone had been calling his phone at 10 or 11 o'clock p.m. every night? Wray stated that he did not know who was calling him, but he seemed concerned about it. And Mr. Wray tried to call the number back, but it always went to voicemail. Do you recall them threats on the phone Mr. Wray would get?
As a,
Misleading question that what he indicated there was not threats at all. It was somebody calling his phone. Misleading question.
Well, Your Honor, did basic
Allowing the question.
You can answer.
as I stated earlier, I don't recall the specifics of that interview. I don't recall the details of that interview.
did Mr. Long tell you not to recall this interview?
Your Honor, that's again argumentative for him to continue to ask questions like that.
Sustained.
Did anybody else you talked to on this list state that Mr. Wray was being threatened, you can't recall, you don't want to recall? Do you recall anymore?
No, I don't.
How about a Latonya Nation? A Latonya Nation, Latonya Nation?
Is there a question?
Yeah, I'm thinking of a question. Do you recall, Ms. Latonya Nation, did you get anything about her concerning to, Mr. Omari Wray?
As I stated earlier, I spoke with Ms. Nation over the phone and arranged for us to do an interview with her. That interview was later conducted by Sergeant Clark and Agent Shaw.
Did she ever tell you about any threats pertaining to Mr. Omari Wray when you talked to her on the phone?
Not that I recall, no.
Is it possible that she stated about the threats and you just can't recall? Is that possible?
Yes, it's possible.
Okay, did you do a change of custody sheet about some something in a baggie, do you have a chain of custody sheet by some marijuana, some green stuff you found?
I don't believe I personally have a chain of custody sheet. I know that there was that item turned into evidence, though.
What, tell us about the item you turned into evidence.
As I stated earlier, after I spoke with the people at the hospital, I joined other investigators over at the scene, over at Mr. Wray's residence. While there, I was advised that we had been given consent to search Mr. Wray's residence. During that search, we found an empty box of sandwich baggies, and in the middle drawer dresser in his bedroom, I found a clear plastic baggie containing a green leafy substance.
So, is it possibly your property or evidence voucher? Do you recall doing a property and evidence voucher? Is that what you call that?
One was completed. I don't remember, again, if I personally completed it.
Did it have property and evidence record change of custody concerning the green leaf stuff? Do you recall that?
Yes, again, it should include that item.
Okay, but you just don't have it here with you today?
Correct.
Is that what you're saying? Well, Your Honor, I'd like to introduce this into evidence here, just
Mark and show it.
it's number 40, Your Honor. Defendant exhibit 40.
Forty-seven.
You know, this is the same thing, but 40 got 2 pages, I just don't have a statement. Maybe they can staple together and get it.
All right. Do you recognize what you see in defendant exhibit 40, sir?
Yes, I do.
Is it fair and accurate presentation of your change of custody of evidence voucher?
Yes, it does appear to be.
Okay, Your Honor, I would like to tender the evidence defendant exhibit 40, please, sir.
Object.
Uh, Could you explain to the jury what this property and evidence voucher is and what its purpose is, please, sir?
Yes, this is, again, our standard property and evidence voucher indicating what the item is, where it was collected, which officer collected it, and the relevant parties involved.
Number 1 right there, let me get the lady. Number 1 right here, what is this? Can you tell us what this section of this defendant exhibit 40 is, please, sir?
It's listed as item number 1 with a property control number. Beside that, to the right of that is the description of the item listed as a green leafy substance and baggie.
Could you tell us this portion of the defendant exhibit 40, can you tell us, please, what this is here?
It shows narrative found by Detective Ivy in upper middle dresser drawer.
What is the upper middle dresser drawer? What do you mean by that?
That was the location of the dresser where the item was found.
Could you please tell us what this property and the evidence record chain of custody and the defendant is in before this? Could you please tell us what that is, sir?
Yes. The property and evidence record chain of custody is a form that's completed later to show as the item is processed in, signed out, in and out, and so forth. And that was completed later by another officer.
Yeah. What did y'all do with this? What did you do with these items after you retrieved them and did change of custody? What y'all do with these items?
After I collected the item, I turned it into evidence. After that, I don't know exactly what happened with it.
Did anybody alert Mr. Mullen about this evidence?
I don't know.
Did anybody present this item for evidence for the jury to see for themselves? Did anybody do that?
I haven't been present, so I don't know.
Is that a common practice to create a change of custody so you can bring the evidence to court and show it to a jury if you need to, or show it to a judge if you need to?
Yes, it is.
Okay, why you didn't do it in this particular case then? Why?
And I wasn't asked to.
Are you always asked to do a change of custody, or is it just common practice?
No, I'm not always asked to do a chain of custody.
If you go to trial on a murder case, when you think it's significant to keep up with the change of custody and the evidence of that change of custody, in case you're gonna go to jury trial, so the jury or the court can see it themselves. That's why you do that?
Again, as the investigator, it's not my responsibility and not my decision on which items are presented and how they're presented.
But you was the investigator that retrieved these items, is that correct, sir?
Yes, I was.
So if you were the investigator retrieving, don't you think you'll have some type of bearing on testifying that maybe you might have to testify for them, or say what they ordered when you found them at? Did that ever cross your mind at any time, sir?
Yes, obviously, about testifying about the items that would be expected.
Okay. If you knew that you could possibly testify about them items, why didn't you bring them in so the jury could see them, or the judge could see them themselves, see what they were or what they are?
Again, as I stated earlier, I was not asked to bring that item.
When you talk to Mr. Mullen about this case, did y'all talk about them items? Did you let him know that you had found them and did a change of custody?
Your Honor, I would object to him going into all that stuff. Every single thing that we've had has been provided with discovery. All that stuff, the he's had, all those matters, he was one that subpoenaed him, and certainly could have brought everything in. I would object to that question, as it certainly would go into hearsay, and it's misleading.
What, Your Honor?
Overruled objection.
Did you answer the question, sir?
I'm sorry, could you repeat your question?
Yeah. Did you talk to Mr. Mullen about the item that you had on this, that you retrieved and you did a change of custody on? Did you talk to Mr. Mullen about them items?
Yes, I did.
What did y'all talk about?
We talked about the fact that that item existed and that it was found.
Okay, what did he say about it? What do you recall him personally saying?
That night. There's no bearing and relevance about any of that. You know?
I'm gonna allow it.
What did Mr. Mullen say about them item that you retrieved in Greenleaf Supper?
I don't remember him commenting on it specifically beyond the fact that, again, that it existed and that it was collected.
Did he ask you to come testify and whether y'all going to present any evidence that he knew about it?
He did not say if he was going to present that item or not.
But he knew about it. Did he know about it? Did you inform him about it?
Yes, I did.
You don't find it strange that he won't want to present no evidence that you found?
Yeah, that's the argument.
Sustained.
Yeah.
Prior to March 22nd, 2011, out of all the people you interviewed and talked to, did anyone mention Jamie Hood name as a suspect in Ms. Ray's murder?
Not that I remember now.
Prior to March 22nd, 2011, sir, during your investigation, did you ever get any DNA from Jamie Hood, hair, fingerprint, palm print, shoe prints, anything that would lead Mr.
No, I did not.
Did you, prior to March 22nd or any time during this investigation, have you found the murder weapon that was used to shoot Mr. Omari Wray?
Again, as the lead investigator, as the person who is not the lead investigator on that case, I don't know the particulars of what all is present or not.
Do you have any personal knowledge about whether they found the gun that shot and killed Mr. Omari Wray? Do you have any personal knowledge about it?
No, I do not.
Now, Mr. Jadon Brooks, prior to March 22nd, 2011, did you know Mr. Brooks was a drug dealer?
Prior to, I'm sorry.
Prior to March 22nd, 2011, did you know Mr. Brooks was, whether he was a drug dealer or not?
No.
You didn't? Do you recall Sergeant Salter being part of this investigation during the Omari Wray case?
Yes, I do.
Do you recall, or did you ever talk to him concerning the investigation of this case at all? Mr. Omari Wray case, Mr. Salter?
Yes, I did.
Do you recall Mr. Salter stated any time Jadon Brooks told Sergeant Salter about the location of marijuana at Ray's house? Do you recall that?
I don't recall that right offhand, no.
When you found that marijuana at Mr. Ray's house, did Sergeant Salter tell you about it?
Again, I'm not sure I understand your question.
When you found that marijuana, the legal stuff on your property sheet, custody sheet, did Sergeant Salter tell you about it, what led you to find it? Did that happen?
Again, I'm not sure I understand what you're asking.
How did you come to find that marijuana in Mr. Ray's house?
We searched his bedroom.
Who was we? You said we. Who was we?
Yes, myself, Detective Norris, and I believe we were the two that were there for that particular search.
How about Sergeant Nichols? Did you talk to him pertaining to some marijuana? Did you talk, was it Sergeant Nichols? You possibly mistaken it was Sergeant Nichols?
What I have is that myself and Detective Norris searched the bedroom. I'm sure there were other investigators present, but again, as far as the search that I was present for, it was myself and Detective Norris.
Do you recall having an interview with Mr. Jadon Brooks on March 22nd, 2011 pertaining to the alleged carjacking and kidnapping case?
Yes, I do.
Do you recall doing that interview telling him you're not concerned with the drugs and stuff?
Yes, I do.
Why did you tell him that? You weren't concerned with the drugs, if you didn't know he was a drug dealer. Why did you bring that up?
For robbery homicide investigations, it is not uncommon for us to have people that we deal with that are involved in drug trades. That is a standard comment that I usually made in interviews, that the focus of whatever we were focusing on, whether it was a robbery or a kidnapping or whatever, was the focus and not necessarily the drug trade.
So, you brought up drugs pertaining to Mr. Brooks, and just because that's a common standard, or you knew he was a drug dealer before that?
Again, that is a common statement that I would make during most of my interviews.
Okay. Now, back on December 29, 2010, Sergeant Salters and Rebecca Shaw y'all all worked together on the Kenneth Omari Wray case, right?
Yes, we did.
Okay. But do you recall them stating that Jadon Brooks was a known drug dealer in Athens, Clark County, briefed y'all about that? This on March
possible.
Okay, now, if he had Sergeant Sauter had told you he interviewed Jadon Brooks, a friend of Omari Wray, and was a known drug dealer in Clark County, is that why you were telling him you didn't hear about the drugs on March 22nd, 2011, because you already knew he was a drug dealer?
No, sir. As I stated,
That's a leading question, and I would reject it.
It's the same.
Okay. If you had a news Jadon Brooks was a drug dealer before your interview on March 22nd, 2011, is that possibly why you told him you're not here for the drugs, because you already knew that?
no, sir. As I stated earlier, that was a common statement that I would make to people during interviews, is that I was more focused on whatever the major crime was, not peripheral issues like drug dealing.
Okay, so if you get a 75-year-old man, a 75-year-old older lady, and y'all interview them, you gonna ask them about the drug too. You gonna tell them people that you know about the drug.
Yeah, it would depend on the situation.
Okay, when you say depending on the situation, you wouldn't ask an older guy or old lady, hey, I'm not here about the drug, because you wouldn't have no reason for them to be investigated by the drug. Do you agree with that?
Again, depending on the situation, depending on the other details.
So if on December 29, 2010, you knew Jadon Brooks was a drug dealer, that would be a situation where you would tell somebody, hey, I'm not here about the drug, because you already knew about it.
I'm not sure I understand your question.
You was investigating the Omari Wray murder case on December 29, 2010, were you?
Yes, I was one of the investigators on that case.
Special Agent Rebecca Shaw and Sergeant Jerry Salters were also investigating with you on the Omari Wray case, were they?
Yes, they were.
Okay. Now, y'all talked about it as a group, or y'all got together and talked about the Omari Wray case. Did that happen?
Yes, it did.
Now, do you recall Sergeant Salters stated that Jadon Brooks was Ray's friend, he was a known drug dealer in Acton, Clark County? Do you recall that on December 29, 2010?
As I stated earlier, I don't remember that particular
Okay,
comment.
Is it possible that you heard it, you just forgot about it?
He'd already asked that set of questions, in fact, that said on that.
It's the same.
Did you do any doing your investigation? Did you ever investigate a gang called the Slick Ball with Jadon Brooks, King Yard County, Omari Wray next to that? Did you ever investigate that?
I did not, no, sir.
Why not?
That was not a lead that was assigned to me to follow up on.
Okay. How about, are you familiar with the Facebook investigation that they did pertaining to the Omari Wray?
Again, as I stated earlier, I personally did not conduct the Facebook investigation.
But do you recall anything about it? Did the agent talk to you about it? They subpoenaed a Facebook, got a warrant from Facebook to see if the death threats, these alleged death threats on Omari Wray. Do you know anything about that investigation on his Facebook?
As I stated earlier, I personally did not conduct the Facebook investigation. I do remember hearing that that was checked into and that no leads were found as a result of that.
Are you aware that they found evidence of slick bars with Jadon Brooks?
He just said he wasn't aware of, he never saw that, he didn't investigate that.
It's the same.
On December 29, 2010, when y'all was investigating Mr. Wray, do you recall Sergeant Salter stating that Jadon Brooks advised that he talked to Omari Wray at 8:10 p.m. and told him to pick up his work clothes? Sergeant Salter stated he was suspected Wray at Brooks' residence to pick up marijuana. Do you recall that from Sergeant Salter?
No, I don't.
Is it possible that Sergeant Salter stated that Wray was at Jadon Brooks' residence to pick up some marijuana and you just forgot about it?
Yes, it's possible.
It's possible. You think Mr. Salter writes something in his own report that's not true?
No, I don't have any reason to think he would write anything in his report that's not true.
If he put something in his own report, is it because he maybe said that y'all talked about it?
I'm not sure I understand your question.
I'm
Yes, I do.
Could you tell us about that?
He told me that on the day before, which would be Monday the 21st, 2011, that you had contacted him. He said that there was a discussion about buying some marijuana and that the two of you agreed to meet up the following day, which would be March 22nd.
How did I have contact? Was it by phone, in person? Did we talk by phone? How do you recall that?
Mr. Brooks told me that that was by phone.
Okay. So you recall him telling you that he had a conversation with me on the phone March 21st, 2011. Did he say we talked about marijuana on the phone?
That's a leading question.
Do you recall Mr. Brooks telling you anything about talking to Jamie Hood on the phone about some marijuana on March 21st, 2011?
Yes, I do.
You already asked and answered that. You already answered that question. It was the first question about that.
Sustained is asking.
But I didn't say anything about marijuana. I intentionally done that. I asked him,
So answer about that.
not the first time.
I sustain that objection. Ask another question.
Did you investigate what your Don Brook told you he was coming over there and talking to me on the phone prior to March 22nd on the phone about some marijuana? Did you do any type of further investigation on him?
Again, I'm not sure I understand exactly what you're asking.
He was telling you he was coming to see me about some drugs, some marijuana, right?
Yes, he did.
Okay. After he told you that, you didn't do no investigation on him about the drugs?
Not about the drugs, no, sir.
Okay. Why not?
Again, as I stated earlier, the focus of the investigation was the kidnapping. And then,
Okay. But do you think the drugs might have led to this alleged kidnapping? Would there would have been a thorough investigation? Did you want to know why? Did you personally want to know why as an investigator, why you were put in the trunk in the first place? Did you check for that?
That's a leading question and it's argumentative.
Okay. Is it common practice to do a thorough investigation? What caused it? Did y'all look for the cause?
Mr. Brooks told us the cause.
Okay. But did you investigate it other than what he told you?
We investigated several aspects of this.
Okay. Did you investigate what he told the 911 operator or the call taker when we called him?
I'm not sure I understand what you're asking.
Did Don Brook had to call the 911 call taker to talk to them about this alleged cardiac kidnapping? Will you agree?
Yes.
Okay. Did you investigate when he called the 911 operator and told them about what allegedly happened? Did you do that?
Again, I wasn't present for the 911 call coming in. I did not speak with him over the 911 line.
Did you get the 911 tape and go back and listen to it so you can find the truth of the matter? Did you do that?
That recording was retained, but I did not personally listen to that
Why,
recording.
why not?
Again, my responsibilities were other areas.
Okay. I thought you said you investigated what he told you. During the interview, I thought you just told us you did an investigation on that, sir.
Your question was about the 911 call, again, which I'm not involved in.
But is that part of the investigation that you don't have to call 911 before he talked to you that day?
Yes, he called 911 before he talked with me.
Okay. Now, isn't that what led him to talking to you, the 911 call? Is that how he got out there talking to you in the first place?
A 911 call was made, and I spoke with him after that.
Okay. Is that, I think you misunderstood my question. Is that 911 call Mr. Brooks made to 911, is that what led him to talking to you that day on March 22nd, 2011 about this alleged cardiac kidnapping?
Again, I'm not understanding your question.
Do you agree that your Don Brook called the police and the police got involved and that's how he got out there talking to you because the police incident and what happened, he had to call the police and inform them first? Don't you agree with that?
Yes.
Okay, did it ever occur to you, hey, let me listen to what happened or what caused this guy to be put in the trunk? Did it ever cross your mind at any time?
I felt to personally interview Mr. Brooks would be a more thorough way to investigate that as opposed to listening to a short 911 call from him.
Is when you thoroughly investigate, so you just telling us you took Mr. Brooks' word and that's what you ran off his word instead of further investigation, that's what you telling the jury?
Well, that's a leading question. This witness number objection.
Sustained.
So he told you that he was coming out there about some marijuana?
Yes, he did.
Okay. So you took the word of the drug
Your
dealer?
Honor, those were both leading questions, in particular last one.
Sustained.
Why would you
far as your question, I'm not seeing how listening to the 911 call would change anything or add anything to the interview that I did with him.
Okay. He told you, he talked to me about some marijuana, he was calling out about the marijuana, right?
No, that's a leading question.
But did he tell you, did he tell you,
I sustain
And it's
the
already
objection.
been asked and answered as well.
so after Mr. Brooks told you that he talked to me on the phone about some marijuana, did you go check the 911 tape to see if he told the 911 dispatch the same thing?
That was asked and answered several times already.
You understand?
Sustained.
He said he didn't recall, he didn't investigate, so it couldn't have been an ask and answer, because we talking about the 911 operating in the marijuana. This is my first time getting on that. This is my first time.
I believe it was, but I'm gonna allow it
Okay.
in.
Did you go look and investigate the 911 tapes to see if he told the dispatcher that, hey, I went over there about some marijuana? Did you investigate to see if he told her that?
Again, as I stated earlier, the 911 recording was requested, retained. I did not personally listen to the recording.
Do you think that could have helped in this investigation, helped you find out the truth about this investigation?
Again, I fail to see how that would have changed anything.
Okay. Is it a crime to call 911 and tell the dispatcher a lie?
It is a crime to make a false report of a crime.
Okay. Now, did you check with the 911, the tape to see if he made a false report to the 911 people about what really happened, got put in their trunk? Did you do that?
No, no, that's a leading question, and it's already been asked and answered because people indicated he didn't listen to the 911.
Sustained.
Is people subject to prison time for calling 911 and making false information?
Yes, they are.
Okay. Did the prosecutor talk to you during your interview about your Don Brook making false calls to 911 about what really happened?
No.
Why didn't he?
That calls for pure speculation.
Sustained.
Did Mr. Brook, do you recall him talking to you about Jamie Hood having a gun that day? Did he tell you Jamie had a gun when he came to 100 Random Road on March 22nd, 2011?
No, he did not say you had a gun.
Okay. Do you recall Mr. Brooks stating that a guy with me had a gun looked just like the one he had, a silver and black, and stating that this nigga got my gun looked just like that? Do you recall that?
Yes, I do.
Okay. When Mr. Brooks told you that about that silver gun, like the one silver and black gun, just like the one he had, did you do any type of investigation on that gun to see what you find?
As I understood Mr. Brooks, he was not saying that that was his gun. What he told me was that it looked just like one that he had that was stolen from him.
Did you investigate to see whether it was his gun?
I don't know how I would investigate that.
Okay. Why? I mean, because you can go do a background check on it, where he got the gun from, when it allegedly got stolen. Did he have the gun when he come over there? Did it ever occur to you?
Is that a question?
I would object to
Answer a
being
single
leading if
question.
it is.
All due respect, Judge, he got to make his own objection. You can't be making a form. I ain't never
I was
seen-
asking if that was a question, because I did not hear one.
Okay, well,
Ask the question.
did it ever occur to you that Mr. Brooks would have came over there with that gun himself?
No,
Why not?
I didn't have any reason to believe that.
Would that stop you from doing a thorough investigation? Let me see if Mr. Brooks might have want to come over with the gun.
Learning that would not stop me from conducting a thorough investigation, no.
Well, why didn't you do it then?
He's answered that question several times, and it has been asked and answered.
Sustained.
Okay. Mr. Brooks told you that when the guy put him in the trunk, that he told him he wasn't gonna kill him. Do you recall that?
Yes, I do.
Do you recall Mr. Brooks saying that Jamie's soft, he ain't tough? Do you recall Mr. Brooks telling you that during his interview, Jamie ain't tough, he's soft? Do you recall that? Or something to that nature. Could be, might be off with the exact word, Judge.
I do recall words to that effect. I don't remember the exact quote.
Okay. Did it ever occur to you, Mr. Brooks, gonna come over there and defer because he thought I was soft? Did it ever occur to you? Did it ever occur to you that Mr. Brooks came over there and threatened me because he thought I was soft?
I don't know that I can speculate why he chose to go over there.
Okay, when he told you that I was soft, what did you think about that? Guy put him in the trunk and he's supposed to be soft. What do you think about that?
not sure I understand your question.
You saying that Jadon Brooks might have been a drug dealer. You didn't investigate to see, hey, Jadon, did you cause any of this? Or did you play a role in this? Or you just a victim? Or you just took his word?
We did not just take his word, no, sir.
Well, why didn't you thoroughly investigate then? If you didn't take his word?
You've asked that question several times. I don't know, it's certainly been asked again.
Sustained.
Did you know that Jadon Brooks would be laughing a lot during that interview with you? His demeanor?
Yes, I did notice that there were times when he seemed to laugh.
What would have been funny at that time you got put in the trunk and the police and got killed? What would have been funny at that time? You didn't find this funny?
I don't know why he chose to laugh.
Okay, but if you're a victim and somebody put you in the trunk, gonna kill you, are you scared for your life? What's to be funny?
No, that's a leading question, and I don't know whether him asking this officer about that is any way relevant. It certainly is relevant.
I just reformed the question. Withdraw the
I
question.
wasn't sure it was legal, but
I just asked that. You didn't find it strange, he was laughing, and he's supposed to have been a victim in a carjacking, you didn't find it strange?
Again, I don't know why he chose to laugh.
Okay, but do you personally think a carjacking victim would be laughing at any time they'd have been put in the trunk and carjacked?
Again, I don't know why he chose to laugh.
But that didn't question his credibility, hey, this guy for real here or what? That didn't go through your head at all?
Not necessarily. Again, people react in different ways to the crimes.
So he didn't seem to be afraid, did he? To you, did he seem to be afraid that he was laughing?
There were times when he was laughing, and there were times when he did express fear.
How would you speculate that if you say he was laughing? That time, how would you know he'd be feared? What made you think that?
He told me, I thought I was going to die.
Okay, what else he told you? He told me Django was scared, and Django was a coward or something, he wasn't scared, right?
Again, there were times when he said he was not afraid, and there were times when he said he thought he was going to die.
And he told you also he was familiar with a gray and black gun he had, one of the guys there had his gun,
They
right?
ask an answer, and that's a leading question.
sustained.
Do you recall Jadon Brooks telling you, I don't feel like that, because he's not that tough like that? Do you recall that?
I do remember words to that effect, yes.
Okay. Do you recall Jadon Brooks saying they wasn't physical with me?
I don't remember that comment, no.
Is it possible he said and you didn't got it?
It's possible.
I would object to him going into what Mr. Brooks said. There doesn't appear to be a basis for that. We watched the whole tape yesterday, and that was the purpose of that, where he saw what John Brooks said, and he was on the stand such a cross-examination about this. Him just simply going through each and every matter, you recall this, you recall that, it's still hearsay, and it's cumulative, of course, because you already watched that.
Well, you know, he brought a boatload of witnesses in on me saying the same exact thing. They heard it, so they were continuous. He brought a boatload of witnesses, continued to show pictures of Officer Christian. He wasn't talking about killing to them. They kept showing the man pictures. He did that to impose prejudice against me. It was cumulative. He wasn't talking cumulative to them. This is for all the witness on it.
I don't recall any objections to
Oh, oh,
but I'm sustaining this objection.
okay, Judge. Well, why do I have a witness here then? Why am I here? Should I just,
I do not know.
y'all didn't want to go and put me on death row, because this is a joke.
Ask another question.
I mean, for real, y'all just gonna just
Mr.
put me
Hood.
on death row and I quit.
Ask another question. You have it.
Okay, I just like straight for the record again, Judge, you being advising president and in favor of this prosecution. This really is a joke, because this is, I can't.
Don't comment, just ask the question if you have one.
Is it that you can't recall because you want to complete not again, or Officer Christian losing life? Is that
No,
like you're
that's-
saying this?
That's a leading question, and it's argumentative as well.
Sustained.
How many years you been in law enforcement?
As I stated earlier, 20 years.
20 years.
did not.
Okay. Did Jadon Brooks tell you somebody have on some ski masks or some white shirts over their face?
Yes, he did.
Did y'all find some ski masks or some white shirts anywhere?
Not that I remember, no.
So that didn't make, if you didn't find them, that didn't cause you to look into Jadon Brooks, hey, you might have been telling us old lie over here anything.
I'm not sure I understand your question.
You hadn't found nobody, you hadn't found no ski masks, is that correct? Did you state that?
Again, I don't remember us finding any.
Okay, that didn't call, that would have made you want to investigate further, hey, maybe Mr. Brooks over here lying to us?
The fact that we didn't find evidence that could easily be hidden, no, did not lead me to think Mr. Brooks was lying.
What would make you think it's hidden? Did anybody tell you it was hidden, or you just speculation it was hidden?
The fact that we didn't,
He was answering the defendant's question. He didn't follow up the way he did. That was the answer that he elicited.
He said, okay.
Did you finish your answer?
I was going to say, the fact that we didn't have it would indicate that it's hidden somewhere.
Okay. It would indicate, what would make you think it would indicate it was hidden and you never seen it in the first place?
And the fact that we don't have it would mean that it's hidden somewhere if it exists.
Did it ever occur to you, Jadon was lying to you while you didn't have it? Did nobody have on a mask at all? Did it ever occur to you?
I'm not sure I understand what you're asking.
Okay, you said it was indicated it was hidden, correct? Because you didn't find it, you said it was hidden.
Your question earlier was about us finding them or not finding these masks, and if that led me to suspect Mr. Brooks.
You said that indicated that they might have been hidden, that's what you stated, sir. Correct, did you state that?
Yes, it did.
Okay, did it ever occur to you that the masks were never hidden, that there were no masks at all? Or did you investigate to see that?
We know that there were individuals with Mr. Brooks when he jumped out of the trunk, which would indicate that there were parties involved in kidnapping him, which would add credibility to the fact that there would be masks that exist somewhere.
Okay, would it take away from the credibility that you found no mask for 4.5, 5 years?
Not necessarily, no.
Okay, did you come ask Jamie Hood about some money?
I did not personally know.
Why not?
Your Honor, now, I would have objected that. We covered that before about the can't really say much more, but I had objected that before, so.
Not going to sustain that objection.
Do you think it would have helped you solve your case? You had to come talk to me about the mask, or you got it?
Same thing. It's an improper question.
So you just speculating about it might have been a mask? That was just speculating. Is it fair to say that?
Basing the idea that there was a mask based on Mr. Brooks' statement that there was a mask.
So you ain't basing on that you saw for yourself?
No, I did not personally witness this happen.
So you ain't personally see no mask either, did you?
No, I did not.
You always have investigated Mr. Brooks as a victim. Is that what you telling us today?
Yes.
Did you ever investigate that Mr. Brooks might have been the first aggressor in this case and it went south for him?
We didn't have any indication that was the case.
Okay, but did that prevent you from investigating that part? Did anything prevent you from doing that?
I'm not sure I understand your question.
Okay, did anything prevent you to investigate to see if Jadon Brooks was the first aggressor in this matter? Did anything prevent you from investigating that matter?
The lack of evidence of that.
Okay, what lack of evidence?
Again, I'm not sure I understand what you're asking.
Okay, what do you understand when I ask you?
That's not asking the question.
Jadon Brooks told you to come over there about some marijuana.
Yes, he did.
Correct? Now, did Jadon Brooks tell you that he talked to me at a cookout about some marijuana prior to March 22nd, 2011?
I remember him talking about having contact with you. Prior to that, I don't remember him saying that the discussion was about marijuana.
You don't? Is it possible that he said you just, for whatever reason, you got it back?
It's possible.
Okay. Do you recall Jadon Brooks talking about Jamie always talking about people on the phone that can vouch for him about he can get this and that?
Again, I don't remember that specific comment, no.
Is it possible he said that you didn't forgot, sir?
As I stated earlier, yes, it's possible.
Okay, knowing that, why did that didn't make you want to investigate Jadon Brooks even more, knowing that he did talk to me about some marijuana before March 22nd, 2011?
If you're asking about looking into Mr. Brooks in particular, no, not necessarily. Again, he told us what he told us.
So you tell me that you just did a one-side investigation, you ain't do no thorough investigation,
You know,
then
that's argumentative, and it's been asking him.
Sustained.
do you recall Jadon Brooks telling you there were 4 guys with me?
I don't recall him saying that. I recall him saying that there were you and 3 other guys.
So, at no time during this interview, Jadon said I had 4 guys with me.
Again, my recollection is he said that there was you and then 3 other guys,
Okay.
a total of 4.
Okay, but is it possible he said that you just forgot?
Again, I don't remember him saying that.
Okay. Your Honor, can I play this to refresh his memory then? Before I do that, is it possible he said you forgot?
It's possible, yes.
You said that Jadon said I didn't have a gun.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. Do you recall Jadon Brooks saying anything about a gun holster in the dash of his car?
No.
You know, do you recall anybody doing this investigation talking about a gun holster in the dash of Jadon Brooks' car?
No.
You know, if, can I see defendants, is it 1 through 10? It's 1 through 10, I guess. Jadon Brooks said he had a Chevy Caprice, he was carjacked from a Chevy Caprice, is that right, sir?
He told me it was a Chevy convertible. I don't remember him specifying that it was Caprice.
The car was processed for fingerprints and search during the investigation.
Yes, I believe it was.
Do you know who done that, the processing this car and the investigation on this car, sir? Do you know who done that?
No, I don't.
Did anybody tell you about this gun holster that was found in Jadon Brooks' car when they investigated the gun holster there?
Not that I remember, no.
Okay. Why, so Jadon Brooks didn't mention anything about a gun holster to you in his car?
No, he did not.
Why would Jadon Brooks have a gun holster in his car on March 22nd, 2011 in the days?
I don't know.
You know? So you don't recall nobody stating anything about this gun holster when they obviously found it and photographed it, and didn't nobody law enforcement investigate that gun holster, Jadon Brooks?
Again,
It's a compound question, and it's leading. I would object to it, and I believe it's already been asked as well.
Sustained.
What do you think about that gun holster, Jadon Brooks' car, now that you saw it?
I'm not sure I understand what you're asking.
I said, what do you think about this gun holster in Jadon Brooks' dash's car now that you saw it? What you think about this?
I think it's a gun holster.
Okay, what do you think about it being in this car on March 22nd, 2011 in front of my parents' house?
Again, I'm not sure I understand what you're asking.
Would this indicate that Jadon Brooks had a gun in his car, gun holster?
It indicates that he had a gun holster in his glove box.
Okay, would that occur to you that, hey, Jadon Brooks had a gun in his car on March 22nd, 2011?
Yeah, it's possible.
So you didn't investigate to find out anything about Jadon having a gun on March 22nd, 2011?
Again, we didn't have any indication other than apparently that holster that that was the case.
Now that you got one, do you want to do a further investigation?
No,
You
sir.
want to investigate this? Do you want to?
Yeah, no, sir. I've interviewed Mr. Brooks.
Now that you personally see this gun holster, you want to do a further investigation to find out the truth? Ms.
He
Allen?
already answered that question.
Sustained.
Is it common practice to cut deal with people, Mr. I, do y'all cut deal with certain people and let them get away with certain crimes?
Yeah, that's argumentative, and there's no basis for him to ask that issue.
Sustained.
Do you recall Jadon Brooks stating that people were coming up to him about killing for Omari Wray?
No, I don't remember that.
Okay. So you don't recall Jadon Brooks making the statement about Jamie come up to him, he'd give him a gun, and he'll kill whoever killed Omari, just point him in the right direction. Do you recall that?
Your question was, did I remember anyone coming up to Mr. Brooks about killing for Omari Wray? And no, I don't remember anyone making those comments.
You don't recall Mr. Brooks stating that Jamie came up to him in the club and said, "Get me a gun, point him in the right direction, and he'll kill whoever killed Omari Wray." Do you recall Mr. Brooks telling you that?
In reference to that, what Mr. Brooks told me was that at Mr. Ray's funeral, you came up to him and said that you would kill whoever did it.
What does he say after that? Do you recall what he said after that? Did he say that a lot of people been coming up to him with that old shit? He said a lot of people been coming up to him saying the same thing.
Yeah,
Did you recall that?
I don't recall that.
Well, y'all, can I refresh this memory on this issue? Now, again, before I put this in, is it possible that he said it and you just don't recall it?
Yes, it's possible.
Why would people, why would Jadon say, well, why would you say, Jadon saying people coming up to him about killing?
That's irrelevant about why he thinks what Jadon may think or do or whatever. I would object to that speculation.
Sustained speculation.
Okay, I noticed Jadon Brooks was talking about recovering his car, and he was saying something about some keys, and he was laughing. And you said, I would be more worried about your safety right now if that were me. Do you recall that?
Yes, I did.
Okay, what caused you to say, to tell Jadon, hey, I'd be more worried about my safety right now? What caused you to say that?
Well, I was interviewing him about a crime that he was reporting that he says endangered him. He expressed concern about his vehicle, so I told him if I was you, I'd be more concerned about your safety.
Okay, did you say that because it appeared to you this guy more worried about a car than the safety that would brought that on?
As I stated earlier, again, he seemed to be concerned about that. I told him that I would be more concerned about his safety.
As an officer, as a trained officer, is it something that you see and recognize yourself that it makes you feel like, hey, dude, I'd be more worried about my safety than some keys over there, and you say you're skating? Did that what brought that on?
Again, as I stated earlier, I was interviewing him about a crime that he was reporting in which he expressed being in danger. He talked about having concern about his keys. I told him that if I was him, I'd be more concerned about his safety.
You know, and I have no further questions this time, but maybe self recall, I got to study my notes. If I study my notes, when I go back, if I don't need them, just let it go.
Sure about it.
Jadon Brooks also expressed concern about his mother, right?
Yes, he did.
And he said that a number of different times about, hey, can y'all check on my mother? Because he said he's gonna go get my mother. Isn't that right?
Yes, it is.
And he talked about how he's gonna go kill my mother, right?
Yes, he did.
And in fact, Jadon Brooks, from his appearance and his demeanor, he appeared to be somebody who appeared to be, had been upset and afraid. Isn't that correct?
Yes. As I stated earlier, he would alternate between saying that he wasn't afraid and saying that he thought he was going to die.
And of course, from all you had, he actually did come out of the trunk, and there were folks from y'all's investigation that saw him come out of the trunk hog-tied with those zip ties. Isn't that correct?
Yes, it is.
And that was reported, and he reported that really pretty much immediately to the police. Isn't that correct?
Yes, it is.
And as I understand, I think you and Chris Nichols, Investigator Nichols, basically were responding to that location there off, right at Barnett Shoals Road in Stratford, when the call came in about what happened at Sycamore. Isn't that correct?
Yes, Stratford and Gaines School Road.
In Gainesville Road. And at that time, Nichols wound up going over to Sycamore, and you proceeded to try to meet with Mr. Brooks. Isn't that correct?
Yes, it is.
And he agreed to meet with you and conduct that interview that you conducted.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes.
And that was done right after it happened, right?
Yes, sir.
And at the time that you conducted the interview, he didn't have any shoes on either. It all did.
No, he did not.
And in fact, you basically looked and noticed the injuries he had on his knee that came out of his basically escaping from that trunk. Isn't that correct?
Yes, I did.
In fact, he did tell you, when he talked about the gun, he said, he didn't say that was his gun, he said it looked like his gun. Isn't that correct?
Yes, he did.
And he said that his gun had basically been stolen, in fact, reported stolen, a year or two before. Isn't that right? At some point?
I remember him saying that he had one that was stolen. I don't remember him saying if it was reported or not.
And he mentioned his, I think, girlfriend at the time, was it LaShonda Allen? Is that who it was?
I don't remember that.
You don't remember? Okay. And sir, over the years, the 20 years that you've been an officer, you've qualified with firearms over those years, isn't that correct?
Yes, I have.
And in doing so, you've had to wear protective goggles to make sure casings don't wind up in your face, isn't that correct?
Yes.
And there's been many different times that casings have wound up in articles of your clothing, isn't that correct?
Yes.
Because basically casings may come back and land in your clothing, isn't that right?
Yes, that's correct.
In fact, there's been times that you didn't realize you had them in your clothing, and when you put your clothing up in your closet, and some of those casings wind up in your closet when you took it out or cleaned out your closet. Isn't that fair to say?
I have had times where I've come home from the range and there'll be a shell casing in the cuff of my pants. Yes.
Yes. That's all I have to hand at this time.
Brief. Jadon Brooks didn't tell you about them gun holes in this car, did he?
No, he did not.
Okay. Did Jadon Brooks show you in the police report indicating what type of gun he had stole from, or was the gun really stole from?
No.
Did Jadon Brooks tell you he was two black males that had a book bag and they come over there and threatened me over my parents' house?
Those are leading questions, and I would object to it.
I'll rule the objection.
Did Jadon Brooks tell you that he was with two black males with a book bag when he come off and threatened me on March 22nd, 2011? Did he tell you anything about that?
No, not that I
He
recall.
didn't even tell you about the gun holes that was in the dash of the car we just looked at either, did you?
I've been asking him.
Do you know if anybody went across the street from my parents' home and found some scraps in the woods?
Not that I'm aware of, no.
Jadon didn't tell you that the two guys he was with ran through the woods across the street from my mom, from my parents' house with a book bag with some scraps in it. He didn't tell you that?
No.
He didn't tell you that that book bag, that Cadillac, he brought it over to my mom's house on March 22nd, 2011. Did he tell you that?
No.
Did he tell you he neglected to tell the 911 operator anything about some marijuana when he called him? Did he tell you that?
I don't remember him saying that, no.
So you don't remember him saying that he told the 911 operator, hey, I went over there about some marijuana. You don't recall him telling you that, do you?
take a minute